Welcome, Woolies, to the sixth episode of the Woolie Network. I'm your host, Joey Bean, along with my co-host, Ryan Foley. Today, I'm very excited to welcome our guest for this episode. She's a graduate from Millbury High, and she graduated in 2014, where she was a member of the girls' soccer and basketball teams, National Honor Society, Student Council, and class president. She's also a Syracuse University graduate with a degree in broadcast journalism. She's currently the creative service producer at Fox 25 Boston. Please welcome Rebecca Thornburg.
Guys, thank you for that. That was very sweet.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. So let's just get into the first question. So what does the job of creative services producer consist of, and what are some of your responsibilities?
Yeah, so I'm in the marketing department of news. And what it really is just taking the stories of the day and making people want to watch them and trying to get more viewers to watch the news every night. So we'll take reporter stories and try to make it teasable and try to make it so people watch it like a commercial. And then they're like, oh, I want to tune in at 10 o'clock. There's a lot of writing, there's a lot of editing video, and there's a lot of social media aspect of it too, which I really enjoy, is just the promotion and working with the talent on their Facebook, on their Instagrams, on their Twitters, just to show off Boston 25 News, who we are, the brand, and why people should watch us over the other stations. So it's been really interesting to kind of learn that side of news. I used to be a reporter, so I was in front of the camera. So it was very different, a whole different way of doing the news. So now I'm behind the camera and I love it. It's a lot more creative, a lot more writing, like I said. So I'm really enjoying it.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds very interesting. So I got one for you right now. So when you were making your decision where to go to college, what made you to decide to go to Syracuse? And do you have advice for us seniors who are trying to decide between two schools?
It is such a hard decision. I would never want to be back there because it is so stressful. So I totally feel your pain. And it's like the biggest decision you have to make at 18 years old. It's crazy. But all the stress is worth it, I promise, because it all works out in the end. But for me, I just fell in love with Syracuse. I was able to go there and go on a tour, and it just felt right. You know, when you get that feeling, it kind of checked off all my boxes, and then just going there really solidified that was my dream school. And once I got in, I was over the moon, but I didn't get into the communications program there. So I had to transfer in once I got there. So that was like oh my gosh, can I even go there? And it was really, really a hard decision, but I decided to set my mind to it. I'm going to do everything I can, and I'm going to get into the journalism program and worked my butt off my freshman year and was able to transfer in. So for me, it was even scarier to be going to this big, expensive school, but not getting into the program I wanted to. So it was just that hard work of being like, you know what, I'm going to set my mind to it and we're going to do it. So for you guys, it's very different because can you go on college tours now?
Yeah, some schools are letting you go. Some are, drive-through tours. Some are all virtual, but it varies. But yeah, it's definitely been difficult.
Yeah, I would say if you can get onto campus, definitely do it. That was obviously a deal breaker for me. Also talking to students that go there too, just to get their candid opinion about the college and what they do and just how they enjoy it, because it's a weird time, right? How has the college been working with COVID and dealing with COVID? Always good questions to ask. But with the decision, it is really, really hard. And I understand your pain. Just talk to your parents, talk to your friends, and really just go with your gut. It's stressful. It's really scary, but it'll all work out in the end and it'll all be okay. And you'll have a great time.
Yeah, so what schools were you contemplating going to besides Syracuse?
It was UMass Amherst and then Westfield State and then Syracuse. So I only applied to 4 schools, which was not the norm when when we were applying. I think some of my friends applied to like 10 to 14 schools, and I was like, Syracuse was my dream, and I was gung-ho about it. And then kind of UMass was definitely the backup, and then Westfield the backup. So it all worked out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what's it like going to a large school, and what is the school atmosphere like, for example, for March Madness and college football games, etc.?
It's funny because in Millbury, when you walk the halls, you know everyone and you know everything about everyone. And then going to a big school, you're definitely a little fish in a big pond. And that was, even for someone that's very outgoing and very personable, I was like, whoa, where am I? Not knowing people. But once you get to know your friends, you really start to create your community. And it makes the big school seem small. So it is a lot of fun. There's a lot of school pride too. And I think that was my favorite part about being at Syracuse, was just how much pride there was. People were wearing orange everywhere. And with the sports and with the programs that they have, you loved being there. You loved the school that you went to. So that was like really big for me, because at MHS, I won most school spirit. So school spirit and pride, that was big for me. But yeah, March Madness, my sophomore year, they made it to the Final Four, and it was one of the best nights. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was Easter Sunday, and I was doing homework with some girlfriends in our dorm, and then they won, and everyone just left the dorms. It was like 60 degrees, and we all just celebrated, and it was so crazy. Just the pride and the happiness and the excitement was unbelievable. So with a big school, you get that, definitely. But even with a little school too, my sister went to Endicott, and when they won a championship, their whole school got into it too. So it's really just what you make of it, whether you go big or you go smaller.
Definitely, that's awesome to hear. Ryan?
Yeah, so if you could pick one, what is your favorite memory from your time at Millbury High School?
Oh, I loved high school. I genuinely enjoyed all 4 years, loved it, made such great friends. But I think my favorite memories really was soccer season. All of my best friends, we all played soccer, and just going to practice every day was so much fun, and going to the games, and we were really good, and we were really just a close-knit team. So probably either soccer or even the proms. Loved prom, loved all the events we would go to. It was a great time, and being so involved really helped me to do a bunch of different things. So I literally loved all 4 years for sure.
Yeah, and you touched on your school spirit, obviously winning the award. So can you give us your personal favorite Winter Carnival event and your best Winter Carnival memory?
Ooh, so Winter Carnival was always so stressful for me because I was president.
Of course.
So it was like, you gotta organize, but you also have to win. Like if we didn't win our senior year, and then junior year gets second, that's a lot of pressure, but the fun part of it, I loved floor hockey. That was my jam. But also just staying after every day after school was so much fun too. Doing all of the creative stuff and the paintings and the getting to know kids that I necessarily didn't have class with, but was able to talk to after school during Winter Carnival. I loved that too. And just seeing how our class could really come together for the spirit days, for staying after, that really truly just brought so much happiness, and it was just so much fun. Were you guys able to have any Winter Carnival or anything like that?
Yeah, so we were good for our first freshman through junior years, normal Winter Carnival. Sorry for that. And this year,
oh my
yeah,
gosh, the
no,
bill.
after last period. Yeah, so and then this year, obviously because of COVID, we had to cancel Winter Carnival and postpone it till the spring. So we're gonna do Spring Carnival this year, the week before April vacation. Yeah, so we just got the new field, so that's the plan, is to do some outside events. And
That field is beautiful.
yeah, it really is. It's awesome.
Oh, good. I'm glad you guys get to have a little something.
Yep. So hopefully that's the plan. Get some events outside and try and live stream some of the events for some people. I know Mr. Cunha is a genius at that stuff. So
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. You totally should.
Hopefully make something fun for everybody.
Yeah, love that.
And so last question. So creative services producer. What's your favorite part of your job? What's something that you look forward to every day that gets you most excited?
I really love the storytelling part of my job, and just talking with the reporters too. The amount of stories that people find and that people have really fascinate me. Everyone has their own story, and everyone either has a good or a bad story to tell sometimes. And just being able to educate people and to connect with people on a different level, that has really always been what fueled me. And having this job, I'm able to see the stories of Boston and what's going on in our communities. And for me, I just love doing that and connecting with the talent too, because they are just so professional and so good at what they do, and picking their brains on how they write something or how they edit something is just fascinating for me. So it's a really, really cool and awesome opportunity that I have.
Yeah, awesome. Those are some great answers. Thank you for joining us once again. It was a great interview. We really appreciate it. I think everybody else will really enjoy your answers. So thank you, everybody. Give it up for Rebecca Thornburg.
Thanks. I also just want to say too, we are offering the Millbury Old Time Inn Scholarship. My dad owns the bar, so any seniors out there, definitely apply if you'd like. We'd love to read all of the essays and the different things students have to say, and we'd love to get back. So if you can apply for it, definitely do it.
Awesome. Thank you.